Yes, you guys, welcome back. Tomorrow, we officially enter the make or break part of our season. After the game versus Fulham, we have massive games against Real Madrid, Leicester City twice, Arsenal, Man City plus much more. So tomorrow, we cannot afford to drop any points. We only have a 3-point lead over West Ham, and after the Fulham game, we have some incredibly important and difficult games. That's right, you guys. Tomorrow, we officially enter the make or break part of our season. There's so much tension, there's so much at stakes. From tomorrow, we enter one of the most important months in our recent history. For me, I can't remember a month with so much significance since that famous month in the 2011-2012 season when we did the double, winning the FA Cup and getting the Champions League too. If we have any hopes of getting some glory at the end of the season, then I feel like we have to look towards and get some inspiration from the team that did the FA Cup and Champions League double back in that 2011-2012 season. So I think right now, you guys, let's look at our opponents in tomorrow's London derby against Fulham. Right now, Fulham are fighting for their lives. It's not the first time they've pulled off the impossible, and tomorrow we must really respect them because we cannot afford to slip up any points. Now, when we look at Fulham's past 6 games, their record hasn't been amazing, but looking at their last performance, it was a 1-1 draw against Arsenal. They came very close to picking up a vital 3 points. If it wasn't for like an Eddie Nketiah last minute goal, they would have got the result. So tomorrow, you guys, we must expect a very resilient, a very defensive Fulham team who have nothing to lose anymore. And I think that we can remember our performance against them during the first part of the season. It took an amazing goal from Mason Mount right near the end to seal that win for us because Fulham were very difficult and resilient opponents. Let's hope that Fulham's bad run of form does continue. In the past 6 games, we've only won once and drawn once. We beat them tomorrow. We not only take that confidence forward to that must-win game against Real Madrid, but we also put pressure on Leicester City. Let's not forget last season, when Leicester got to the same point, they started to fall and they started to crumble. As I'm stressing, tomorrow there are no excuses. We must win the game. And in today's match preview, I'm going to break down Tuchel's press conference. I'm going to go through my predicted lineups and end things with my prediction for the game. But before I get into anything, you guys, I want to give a massive shout out to OneFootball for sponsoring the channel. And as well, I want to thank them for sending me some pretty sick merch. I'm not gonna lie, like this black jumper right here, like it actually fits so good. Like going on, I even got a hat, I got the socks, I got everything, you guys. With OneFootball, it is the best companion app to have on the market. I use it every single time, you guys, because if I want to get quick info behind, team news, interviews, post-match talk, quick stats, fixture news, etc, etc. You get everything directly straight to your phone instantly if you use the OneFootball app. If you haven't got it already, you guys, please, what are you waiting for? You need to get it. You need to give it a go, and you need to see the benefits that you get from using OneFootball. So in the description below, you guys, you'll find a download link. Support the channel, help me out, and help yourselves out as well, and download OneFootball. So without wasting any more time, you guys, let's now dissect this press conference. And to be honest, this is one of my favorite press conferences, and I'm sure you guys are gonna know exactly why soon. But now we start with things, and immediately we get some concerning news, I guess, and that's the fact that Rudiger won't be taking any part in the game tomorrow. So could we see Emerson playing down the left-hand side? Could we see Zuma play down that side? We'll find out in under 24 hours. However, let's hope that Rudiger comes back and is ready for that second-legged game against Real Madrid. We continue on, and Tuchel stressed that he wants to see the team focus their energies on the game tomorrow because we must maintain our league advantage. Talks then turn towards Christensen and contract extension news, with Tuchel saying that Chris has to just focus on his football on the field. But he stressed that he is extremely happy with Christensen because we do know that Tuchel has been a long-time admirer of the player for a very long time. Now for the next question, Tuchel was asked about the difficulties between finding that balance for the game tomorrow versus Fulham, as well as that must-win game against Real Madrid a few days after. And Tuchel kept things really real. He said that yes, this is hard, this is a challenge, and I like when managers just say things like this because sometimes, as a fan base and some consumers, we can't forget that this is a very difficult sport. It's not as easy, and You know, ideally, you'd love to have like a week's preparation for the game versus Real. You don't want to have a game in between that, but this is what football is about. You need to find that balance, and I'm sure that Tuchel will most definitely find that. And now, you guys, I want to end the press conference by focusing on a really big, interesting part of the press conference, and that was Tuchel's thoughts and opinions on Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Now, at this point in time, naturally, with our upcoming game tomorrow, Ruben has been under the media spotlight. People are questioning his loan moves, saying that he's been a flop at Fulham, maybe forgetting the context behind why he signed on loan for them in the first place. And what Tuchel had to say about Ruben was very promising. As Tuchel said, he has not fully yet decided on him yet, but he has been a massive fan of Ruben, especially when he was a younger player. And the reason for that was that Tuchel saw a lot of comparisons with a certain Mr. Michael Ballack. And there were even talks of Ruben potentially going to a team in Germany too. Tuchel knows his talents. He doesn't know exactly why he has had struggles this season. However, he won't listen to any hearsay, he won't listen to any doubters until he's seen Ruben himself in a training session. So for me, this tells you that Tuchel is hoping to use Ruben as part of the preseason squad. And if you're Loftus-Cheek, this is really motivating news, because I'm sorry, I don't really care about how the season's going at Fulham. Is the season at Fulham a reflection of the player? Of course not. We have to remember that with the injury he had, and when players get injuries like that, they are out for at least 1 year. It takes them that long to get their confidence back, their physicality back, to get their footballing instincts back. And considering that Fulham are a very defensive team that play on the counter-attack, that Fulham have been using Ruben as like a false 9 at times, a number 10, and way further up, instead of using him as a box-to-box mid, which is one of his best positions, then it's no surprise why there are going to be difficulties. So, you know, I don't think his season at Fulham has anything to do with his overall game and ability. He was only there, for me, just to get his fitness back, and that's one thing he's done, because throughout this entire season, he has had no injury concerns, and you know, that's really vital big news in regards to his long-term future with us. Let's hope he maintains that, you guys. And now, we move on to the predicted lineup part for today's video, and of course, with our massive game against Real Madrid on Wednesday, we're expected to see some rotation in the team for the game tomorrow. So, for the predicted lineup, I'm going to use 3 different ones. They're going to range between a strong lineup, a medium strength lineup, and you know, just a crazy rotation team. So you guys, to start with the first lineup, in the team I've gone for Kai Havertz up front, alongside him Timo Werner, Hakim Ziyech. For wing backs, Marcos Alonso and Reece James. In midfield, I've gone for Kante and Jorginho. In defence, I've gone for Zuma, Christensen, Azpilicueta, and Mendy in goal. Now, my reason behind this strong lineup is that, of course, with the importance of just keeping our league advantage, we can't just use the craziest rotation team right now. I think that Rudiger not playing would mean that Zuma comes back in the team. Christensen maintains his spot in the central defence, allowing Silva to be rested fully for the game on Wednesday. And then moving further up with the team, you guys, we go to the wing backs, and you know, I think Alonso could be used against Fulham. He has that goal threat at least. I think that is something vital and handy, and his height could be quite useful from set pieces too. Reece James to play, but I wouldn't expect him to play the full 90. I think he'd play for maybe 60 minutes, and Hudson-Odoi coming on to play the remaining minutes. And up front, you know, I think that maybe Mason Mount could be rested, because he'll be incredibly important on Wednesday. I want to have a fully fit Mason Mount pressing from the front, showing that intensity and that energy, and it's not like we don't have quality in the team to use. I think that with Ziyech, at least, him and Werner have a good understanding. Not surprised that Ziyech has set up a lot of Werner's goals, so I'd like to see that continue. I think that Werner will most likely play against Madrid too, so let's hope that in the game tomorrow he can get on the score sheet, get his confidence up, find a little bit of form, because we can't see any like nightmare misses against Madrid on Wednesday. I'm like, my heart wouldn't be able to take that. Nah, it just can't happen, you guys. So that's my reasoning behind the first lineup. We now go into the second lineup, and this lineup is like a medium strength team. So up front, I've gone for Giroud. Alongside him, I've gone for Werner and Ziyech again. Wing backs, Alonso, Hudson-Odoi, Kante, Jorginho, and in defence, Zuma, Christensen, Azpilicueta, and Mendy in goal. Now, Hudson-Odoi, he hasn't been playing as much under Tuchel. I'm hoping that Tuchel still has plans to use Callum further up the field, because I remember quotes from Tuchel maybe a few months back where he was suggesting that he wants to see improvements in Hudson-Odoi's aerial game. And for me, you only care about that if you feel that he'll be, more useful playing as a wing-back over a left winger. I'm hoping that's not the case because I think Callum, long-term, is much better on the left-hand side. That's his best position. I need to see him achieve his potential playing there. So tomorrow could be an opportunity to give Reece James a little bit of rest and use him in the team. Of course, up front, I've gone for Giroud, purely based on the fact that, okay, if you're going to rest strikers for the game against Madrid and you're not using Tammy Abraham because you don't really like him, then I guess Giroud would be the next option to use up front in the team. And now we end things with the final lineup, and this lineup's a little bit crazy. It's got heavy rotation in the team, but as you guys can see on screen, I've gone for Tammy Abraham up front. Alongside him, I've gone for Ziyech and I've gone for Werner too. Midfield, I've gone for Kante and Gilmour. Wing backs, I've gone for Alonso and Hudson-Odoi. In defence, I've gone for Emerson, I've gone for Zuma, and I've gone for Azpilicueta too with Mendy in goal. Now, as I keep trying to say all the time, you guys, I think that Ziyech and Werner have a good understanding. And again, was it any surprise that Werner scored a lot of goals when he had a more focal target man up front in an Abraham earlier during the season? Now, back when he was playing for Leipzig, when he had players like Poulsen and guys like Nkunku playing further up the field, he had that type of player facilitating the space for Werner to arrive into. So tomorrow's game could be a good opportunity to see that again. And of course, you guys in midfield, I've gone for Gilmour because, he's clearly good enough to play. Our midfield players could be rested for the game on Wednesday. And I think that it's time now to start giving him some minutes and giving him some game time. Now, to continue on in the team, I've gone for Hudson again. Alonso in defence, I've gone for Emerson because we have seen Tuchel using Emerson as a left centre-back a few times now. He has been quite okay as that squad player in the team, and at the same time, we need to raise the funds. So the more minutes he gets, hopefully that boosts his value up and we can sell him and actually reinvest that money back in the team. So right there, you guys, they were the 3 predicted lineups. In my opinion, I'm going more for the first one because I think maybe Tuchel won't use like a crazy rotation team, but there are going to be some few smart changes left in the team, you guys. So right now, we end things with a match prediction, and for my predicted scoreline, I'm going for a 2-0 win for us. Now, I'd love to be saying scorelines like 3-0, 4-0, but I think as we've seen throughout the season, we just don't have that clinical ability to take advantage of chances like this. So, I think 2-0 could be a pretty fair result. I know Fulham are going to be a team that I definitely have respect for. I definitely think they are going to be quite difficult, and the players will have to be focused and ready to compete against a very ready Fulham team. So there you guys, let's hope tomorrow we get some pride, we win the London derby and take that confidence forward to Wednesday night, because wow, it's crazy to think that we're in the final stages of the season. We're in 2 competitions, Champions League, FA Cup final. Who would have thought we'd get there once the season started? But it tells you everything you need to know about the long-term future and potential of this beautiful club, you guys. So on that note, I'm going to wrap things up, keep things moving. I'm Nini FC, this is Blue Lions TV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. Peace.